Ah, the Great Plains. America's hidden gem. Beautiful, aren't they? Back in November, when I visited the prairie online, I learned quite a good deal. And today, I'd like to share that with everyone. So let's start. What is a prairie?
Well, a prairie is a temperate grassland devoid of trees, with hot, dry summers and cold winters. The eastern tallgrass prairies have an annual rainfall of 40 inches, while the western shortgrass prairies have 20 inches. They are located in the inner portion of North America with latitude 30 degrees to 50 degrees north. They are known as pampas in South America and steppes in eastern Europe. Since the glaciers of the last ice age paved the way for the prairies, the extensive areas of rolling grass can be categorized into either short, mixed, and tallgrass prairies. The two main types of soil are sand prairie, a soil that provides little vegetation, and black loam, a nutrient-rich soil. Although the rainfall is a limiting factor, deep roots, nutrient-rich soil, and vast sunlight allow for healthy plant life amongst the prairies. While there are not many large bodies of standing water in the prairies, many rivers and streams, such as the Riparian River in Colorado, exhibit plant growth in the littoral zone. In the biotic realm, the food web of the prairie starts with common producers such as wheat, clover, dandelions, and bluestem grass. Primary consumers there are bison and rabbits, while coyotes and snakes are some secondary consumers. If one thing's for sure, the prairie holds true to being both beautiful and dangerous. For small animals, that is. Snakes feast on frogs and shrews as the rabbit falls prey to the prowling owls and hawks. Meanwhile, the coyote is busy chopping down on prairie dogs. The Loess Hill prairies in Iowa, named after the type of soil in the region, are massive accumulations of clay and silt in the form of hills. Loess soil tends to drain quickly, and a high combination of sun and wind exposure has directed plants to develop tactics in retaining moisture, such as smaller waxy leaves. For animals, bison have adopted broad, flat-topped teeth and cater their digestive systems to feed on multiple types of grasses. Also, the colored coats of certain prairie animals blend in with surrounding plant life to shield themselves from predators. Now, for the anthropogenic impact. Even though trees are mainly absent amongst the prairies, loss of habitat still occurs due to agriculture and commercial development. As tracts of land are set out for human benefit, the natural prairies are subject to either insecticides and pesticides, or worse, an insensitive polluting township. This blatant alteration comes with severely detrimental impacts as temperate grassland species are pushed closer together, increasing competition. As their natural environment slowly dissipates, so does the species. Also, the introduction of invasive species into the prairies is an indirect impact by humans. As more humans are involved in developing the prairie lands, less natural wildfires are occurring that would originally control the growth of dominant plant species. Red cedar is actually a native plant, however with a lack of regular extermination, the plant outcompetes other seasonal shrubberies that support the prairies. Fortunately, there is a legitimate possible solution to these issues: awareness. From awareness comes action. As people become more aware, foundations and state governments become active in decreasing fragmentation and preserving the prairie habitats. Also, the Nature Conservancy is one foundation that educates the public on prairie protection. Through their patch burn approach, they efficiently administer grassland fires to areas that have been disturbed by human interaction. Amidst the prairie lies the threatened Utah prairie dog. The Utah prairie dog creates burrows by digging up fresh soil that act as habitation for many small animals on the prairie, like snakes and rabbits. They also serve as prey for the bulk of carnivores in the prairie, one largely being the black-footed ferret. Since it is only about a foot long and 3 pounds heavy, the Utah is vulnerable to different types of predation. The species was listed as endangered on June 4, 1973, and downlisted to threatened in 1984. Populations have been stable and increasing over the past 30 years as wildlife are estimated anywhere from 24,000 to 54,000. But two threats still remain: fragmentation, resulting in permanent habitat loss, and plague. The finalized recovery plan of 2012 for the Utah prairie dog is gauged towards habitat protection, research for vaccinations, and monitoring. Also, since April 1st of this year, Utah prairie dogs are protected by law from being hunted, with fines up to $100,000 and a 1-year sentence in prison. By introducing the species onto more suitable publicly owned land, better comprehension can develop for the public about the value of the Utah prairie. And that concludes our lesson today on the prairie. I hope you enjoyed your time and information, and that one day you find yourself sitting out looking at the lush, temperate grassland.